Come explore the Parker River in Newbury, Massachusetts. I'm Julie Marion with Untitled Real Estate, and we're getting started right now. We are putting the kayaks in on Middle Road, just past the Governor's Academy. There is parking on the side of the road, but if you are not doing a round-trip paddle, you will want to station another car off Route 1A in Old Town, where the boat launch is located. This is typically how high the water is, as it's not very tidal. If you do put in further upstream, you will need to check the tide maps or risk getting stuck in quicksand. I tried to get out of the boat on this trip, and the banks along the whole river are very soft. I had one foot out and sank all the way up to my calf, and it was super hard to pull out. If I had put both feet in, I would have been in big trouble. This map is showing you the route from Middle Road to Old Town. It's about 4 miles and took about 3 hours for a leisurely float. Along the way, there are big open spaces with grasses and trees, estuaries, lots of birds and wildlife. There are only a few houses along this river, so it's mostly natural landscape. If you are a painter, there are some great landscapes to paint. If you continue down past the Old Town area where we are getting out and on to Rough Meadows, it will add about another 2 miles and another hour. I have a dog walking video about Rough Meadows that I'll flag here, and I'll put it at the end of the video if you're interested. The Parker River is part of the Parker River National Wildlife Refuge that was established in 1941 to provide feeding, resting, and nesting habitat for migratory birds. It is most commonly associated with Plum Island, a barrier beach island. The refuge is comprised of more than 4,700 acres of diverse habitats, including sandy beach and dune, cranberry bog, maritime forest and shrubland, and freshwater marsh. The most abundant habitat is on the refuge, and it is 3,000 acres of salt marsh and one of the most productive ecosystems in nature. This kayak trip is feeding into this area that I'm describing, but in general, the Parker River provides pristine coastal habitat for over 300 species of resident and migratory birds, as well as a large variety of mammals, insects, fish, reptiles, and amphibians. The refuge also provides critical habitat for federally threatened piping plover. Over in Newbury on the Plum Island Turnpike, there is an office with information about the area. There's a museum with quality displays, and there's an auditorium that regularly holds talks about the environment. If you are new to kayaking, in the video you can see we have tandems and singles. And as you can hear, people in tandems don't always need to paddle. Just take a listen.
Vanessa, you could have gone in your own because you barely have to paddle. I know. You know what? I'm missing a cup of tea.
My friend Vanessa is pretty funny. Fortunately, we came up upon this house on the left with a dock because one of our kayaks had a hole in it, and it was basically a slow sink. These people were super nice and let us dump out the unwanted water. Notice too, their boat is big, and you can see that size of boat needs a deep river, so this is pretty deep here. Fortunately, we had a plastic bag where we could scoop out the water while on the trip. As you near closer to the Old Town area, you will start to see moorings. This is an active boat launch area. The state holds a lottery for the moorings, so if you have a boat, you can check into that. I hope you've loved exploring the Parker River with me. I'm Julie Marion with Untitled Real Estate, where we buy and sell every home as it is our own. Make it a great day.